One of the great books that I read in my life was in the 20s, and I've mentioned this maybe before, but it is a favorite of mine, and I go back to it from time to time, and it's William Danforth's book. He wrote it in the 20s, and it's still, appropriate even for today. It says, "I dare you." That's the title of the book. I dare you. Just a small little book. It's nothing, you can get it done in a couple days. For some of you great readers, you can finish it off in an hour. But it talks about, the title is that he was dared one time in his life. He was a sickly boy, and his teacher, who was also his English teacher, but his phys ed teacher as well, he just said, he was weak and he had a lot of problems physically when he was a kid, had a lot of sickness, and said, I dare you to do 5 push-ups. Just try to do 5 push-ups and 5 pull-ups. I just dare you to do that. And so he dared him to strengthen himself. And so he did that. And then he dared himself to do 15 pull-ups at a time and 100 push-ups at a time. And he did that. And he decided he was going to dare himself to be on the football team, which seemed like it was an impossibility. And so he did that. He dared himself to be the quarterback. And he did that. He dared himself to be the team captain of his high school team. And he did that. And he went on to play college ball as well. He dared himself to do those things. Throughout his life, he dared himself. He dared himself to be the president and CEO of Ralston Purina Company. He dared himself to do that and dared himself in the goals throughout his life. And I think it's a good thing. I've instilled that in me where I look at my day and I dare myself to do the toughest things. I dare myself to complete those things. Today is Commitment Sunday, and all month it's been Stewardship Month, and we've been motivating you to be good stewards of the life. You've been given a life. You've been given this life, and you're a possession of God. You come from God, and you're called to go back to Him, and so you're called to be a good steward of that life. And we've been trying to tell you how you can go about doing that. Not to say this is these only reasons how we can be, and means in which we can be good stewards of our lives, but through prayer. I dare you to pray every day. If you're not praying every day, I dare you to pray 15 minutes in a day. I dare you to come even to this church. Someday I hope to have this church open from dawn to dusk. We have it open from 7 to about 3:30. But I dare you to come to a holy hour on Wednesday. I dare you to do that. I dare you to start doing it a devotional. Maybe the Stations of the Cross or the Rosary or the Chaplet. I dare you to do one of those devotions of the church that we've been given. The exposition of the Blessed Sacrament, as I said, on Wednesday night. And you can do it Tuesdays at St. Margaret St. John's and Thursday. If you haven't gone to confession on a regular basis, I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. I dare you to get involved in a ministry. Ministry can be this. Whatever is going on in your life could be your ministry. It could be taking care of your elderly parents. That is a ministry. That is a ministry. It doesn't have to be necessarily here. It can be inspired through your life in Christ here. But indeed, it doesn't have to be just be good. For a lot of you young people, it could be just a good student. That's your ministry right now. Or to be a good daughter or son. That's a good ministry. And a husband or wife. To be a good dad or mother. That's your ministry. That's a ministry that might involve so much of you right now. And there can be outside ministries. We have many outside ministries that people are doing now besides the ones that are in our church. And so I encourage you, not only to pray, but to get involved. Be the Eucharist in the world, as I often say. As you receive the Eucharist here, you're called to go out and be the Eucharist. Not just here. This is the safe place. But out there, what's a little more dangerous. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. And I dare you, if you haven't given of yourself. I was thinking about this. We got this in a collection the other day. Someone, a little girl, I believe, gave us her shells from her family vacation. I dare you to give what you cherish, what you cherish. And a lot of times what we cherish is the very money that we receive. But I dare you to give. If you haven't given before, if you haven't given, or you just give what's in your pocket. I heard a story, and maybe I've said it before. I love this story. There's an old pastor, and he was talking to his congregation, and he says, you know what? We need more money. We need more money. And you know what? I don't want any more. And he grabbed what was in his pocket, and he says, I saw this in a basket. And he took it and he threw it, and it was all the change. He says, I don't want your change. I don't want your change. Now, I'm not saying that, but you get the picture. Not just what's in your pocket, but you should think about what is the percentage of your income you can give. Maybe that's something you can't give. But, and if you can't give, if you're in need, let me know. Let me know, because we have a ministry here that takes care of those things that people have needs, financial needs in their life. Especially at this time, that could be very much the case for you. So let us know. But indeed, financially, just know that you're called to give, to help build up God's kingdom. A lot of times in ministry, I have to admit that here at St. Cecilia, I'm blessed because you guys are so supportive. You're so supportive of the priest here. We always get good comments. People always, writing beautiful notes and emails to us. But you know what's so sad? Is the things, all the letters that I get, I probably got 10 already this week, but at times, you get those rotten emails, There's people that kind of bring you down. It's like you're not doing it right, and you dwell upon that, and then it becomes a discussion for 45 minutes in a staff meeting, and I'm thinking, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Beating ourselves up when people are constantly lifting us up. And it's just important for us to realize, by your giving, you show the support. It's not the sense that we need people to tell us, we're just following what the church calls us to do. And I appreciate that you support that work. But then, indeed, that's a good means of support, is just showing that financially. But also, we're called to pray. We're called to get involved. We're called to be the Eucharist out in the world. We're called to give financially. But if you're not a parishioner, you need to become one. A lot of times, Father Smith, as I often had said, he called them Roman Catholics, people roaming around from church to church, right? You need to stake your claim. One person said, I'm not a Roman Catholic, I'm a hitchhiker. I thought that was interesting. She said she was a hitchhiker. She went to one place to get whatever she needed, She just hitchhiked from one church to the next, But you're called to be a parishioner. You need to get involved. You need to stake your claim. You need God. You need one another. You need a family. That's what we are. We're a Christian family. We can't do it alone. We need each other. So become a parishioner. If you haven't done that, do that. Be a parishioner somewhere. I don't care if it's here, but stake your claim somewhere. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. In the war in England, they had a slogan that they promoted throughout the war. It was called doing your bit. It would have been like doing your, I don't know. I was trying to do English. I can't do it. Anyway, doing your bit. And while the infantry, they had to do their bit. The airmen, they had to do their bit. The ones in the sea, they had to do their bit. The ones that were doing the clerical work, they had to do their bit. At home in England, they had to give blood. They had to make their own crops. They had to work overtime. They had to give to the bond fund. They were doing their bit. And as parishioners, we need to do our bit. We do our bit through prayer, by being prayerful people. People that are united to God in prayer, in relationship with Him. We show that relationship by the way we live our lives in ministry, whatever that ministry is. And we give generously to build up God's kingdom by being parishioners and giving people. And so as we come this day, we come to animate the very gospel that we hear today, to animate by our prayer, by our getting involved, by our giving back. That's how we showed that we love the Lord our God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and we love our neighbor as ourselves. May we do that today. May we do that always. I dare you. Amen.